Hi folks, and welcome back to Meaningful Money. Okay, here I am in a field. Merry Maidens, where we were last time, is just behind the camera, but it was really windy actually there, and I could see the camera moving last time, so thought I'd better move around the corner, find a little bit more of a sheltered spot. Meaningful Money is once again brought to you with the good help of my friends at Seven Investment Management, who sponsor the show, so thank you very much to them for their continued support, and to you, of course, for watching. Now, I'm going to do 4 videos in a row here, dealing with what I'm going to call success factors. Now, actually, they are factors which can make or break your financial planning and how you invest and save. But I'm going to err on the positive and call them success factors. And you need to know about these factors, the difference they can make to your planning, and how to make right decisions about them. Because if you get the decisions wrong, they can have a massive impact on what it is you're trying to achieve. So those 4 success factors then are time, cost, risk, and emotion. Time, cost, risk, and emotion. So let's deal with time first. Now, time is on your side. When it comes to investing, the longer you're investing for, the better it is. Okay? The more your chances are of getting it right, one could argue. A little simplistic, but it serves the purpose. But time is also against you because we are living a great deal longer now. They reckon that the person has already been born who will live to 150. Now, if you put that in the context of retiring at age 65, well, if you retire at age 65 and live till you're 150, that's a heck of a long time. Your money is going to have to last you if you're no longer working to earn it. So the whole concept of retirement, and indeed sort of earning money and working for a living, the whole concept of that is going to change massively over the next 2 or 3 decades, really. So time is against us in that we are living longer, so it's against us in our financial planning because we've got to plan for a lot longer. But it's very much on our side as well if we think long term in our planning. So what do you need to do to make time work for you rather than against you in your financial planning? Okay. The first thing is harking right back to episode 7, for which I'll put a link here. Ding, there it is. And that is to harness the power of compound interest. Okay, compounding, I won't sort of go over again what I went over back in episode 7. Do watch it because I give some examples of how your money can compound up. But compounding is simply making your money work for you without you actually doing anything. It's where interest is added onto interest and it kind of snowballs, and it's sort of done passively. You don't have to do anything to make sure compounding is working for you. You just put your money away and save for the long term. So the first thing you can do is to harness the power of compound interest, and that really means you mustn't just sit on your backside and do nothing with your money and keep it under the mattress. Or, you know, if you get cash or checks in your birthday cards, don't just leave them pinned to your notice board, but get them in the bank or get them invested and get them working for you. Get compounding on your side. Look back to episode 7 and I'll explain more then. The second thing you can do is to sort of put compounding on on speed, right? Really crank it up. And the way you do that is by investing in things which produce an income and reinvesting that income. Okay, so we're not talking about bank accounts now, not really anyway. What we're talking about primarily are real assets, so shares and bonds and things like that. Things which both grow in terms of capital, the value of the asset goes up, but also they produce an income. What you've got then is 2 strings to your bow. You've got both the capital growth and the income that it produces, and having them work together, and particularly reinvesting that income and rolling it up, puts compounding on sort of super speed, turbo boosts it, if you like. Because if you have a bunch of shares which produce a dividend, and you use those dividends to buy more shares, well, then you've got more shares producing more dividends, and then you've got more dividends to buy more shares, and you end up with a snowball effect. It sort of builds and builds and builds, and it kind of happens on autopilot. And as well as the dividends being reinvested and buying more shares, hopefully over time, the shares that you're invested in will also grow in capital value, the worth of each individual share. So you're using your income to buy more shares, And hopefully also the value of each individual share is going up, and so it grows two ways. So by harnessing the reinvestment of income, you are putting your planning on autopilot, if you like, or putting your investing on autopilot. And again, you're using time, the first of our success factors, to your advantage by just letting it roll up and letting it go on for the long term. So highly recommended. Make sure income is a part, at least, of whatever portfolio of investments you put together over time, because you can use that income to sort of turbo boost your returns. So finally, you need to help sort of get time on your side by making sure you get your timings right for the different things you try to achieve. So if you are trying to plan for something short term, like putting money away every month to pay for your holiday next year, okay, that money you don't need to put anywhere near the stock market. It's got to be on deposit in bank accounts where it's safe and steady. If you are investing or saving for the short term, you do it risk-free and you put your money in the bank. Get as good an interest rate as you can. Put it in an ISA if you can, so you're not paying any tax, but put the money in somewhere safe on deposit. That's short-term savings. For long-term savings, I'm 30, what am I now? 36, right? You know, I'm not going to be retiring anytime soon, so my pension is invested in risky assets, shares, because it's got a long time to work. So the longer you've got, the more risk you can afford to take with your money. Subject always, of course, to how you feel about risk and your tolerance for it. With greater risk, obviously becomes greater risk of loss, but also greater chance of gain. So short term, keep your money on cash, risk-free. Long term, use risk assets to sort of enable the potential for higher growth. If it's somewhere in the medium term, then do a bit of both. It's a simple balancing act, okay? Get help with that from a good advisor or financial planner if you can. So get your timings right. Short, medium and long term will determine what types of things you're investing in. Make sure you're reinvesting your income and use time to help that snowball and harness the power of compound interest. 3 ways which you can get time on your side when you're investing. Okay, it's the first of our success factors. So next time we're going to talk about cost. Again, cost, if you get it right, can help your saving and investing. If you just forget about cost, then it can really hinder you. So we're going to talk about that next time. So thank you for watching, and from my lovely field here just above Merry Maidens, I'll see you next time.